Welcome, my fellas. Just to say, well, well, did I really enjoy this one? Like, two Wayne misses. What can you say about it? Two damn Wayne misses. And I'm eager to say this is not going to look good. Not going to look good at all on my end. This looks horrible on my end. Like, we've seen two Wayne misses and just trying to share this on Discord, then I will grind it out. Let me see. Alright. Okay. I just wanna say this is horrible. Yeah, so far this is horrible. Again, two Wayne misses and two horrible Wayne misses, and I'm pretty much angry. Right now, I'm very, very angry as we've suffered. Nearly lost two more fights. So furious about two goddamn Wayne misses. But at the end of the day, it's all part of the game, right? Fine. That's the way it goes. So, let me give you last minute picks and predictions. Man, everything has to be so complicated. Gorimba versus Sato. Like for Gorimba versus Sato, I'm gonna go with fight starts round 3. Gorimbo versus Sato, fight starts round 3. Side calls Sato to win. But again, we might see a knockout blow like on both sides. Next one, Leonardo Silva, Leonardo to win. Leonardo to win. Leonardo ETD. Leonardo KO, TKO, round 2. Next goal is for the fight between Chase Hooper and Nick Fiore. Hooper versus Fiore, no distance, like Hooper submission or Fiore KO, TKO, I guess. But I'm more into Hooper submission. I'm more into Hooper submission. So yeah, just got a message like my fan Lolita. She sent something on Discord. I had to respond on this. This was a very, very funny thing. Anyway, to continue. Next call is like Ili Latifi versus Rodrigo Nascimento. Side call Latifi. Over 2.5 Latifi versus Nascimento. Next one is going to be for the fight between Orion Kosce and Gilbert Urbina. Orion Kosce missed the scale again. I'm gonna go with Urbina to win. Orion Kosce missed the scale again, and he's not serious at all. I mean, hello Benjo, how you doing? It's very much disappointing for Orion Kosce to miss the scale. Very, very much disappointing. I'm not going to pick him, no way. Carolina to win next. Carolina decision. Also, Vanessa Demopoulos didn't hit the scale. She looked horrible on the scales. And she didn't hit it, so I don't know. Maybe she's going to get extra advantage. You never know. But this is horrible. Then Chit Chat. Okay, just to do some edits to put it. Yes, I also say Carolina to win, just to put because of this, so I'm able to respond to everybody. Where is this customization? Slow mode. 5 seconds. I have to turn on slow mode, so I'm able to respond to everybody. And because of course, because of trolls, so I can cut them out of the stream. Next is going to be the match between Maheshat and Vyacheslav Borshev. Yeah, I agree with Carolina. Maheshat versus Slava, no distance. Side call Slava. Slava to win. Slava ETD. Slava KO, TKO. That's how I see this happening. The next one is going to be between Michael Johnson and Diego Ferreira. Johnson versus Ferreira. Fight starts round 3. Side call Ferreira to win. Sorry. Side call gonna be Johnson to win. Switching to Johnson this time. Next one, Fialho Buckley. Fialho versus Buckley. No distance. Side call Fialho. Fialho, KO, TKO. Fialho, KO, TKO, round 3. I got Fialho via some kind of a late stoppage, so I have a feeling Fialho could actually pull this out. Next one is going to be the match between Emily Ducote and Lupita Godinez. Now I'm a bit scared of this fight as this is a catchweight. And when it's a catchweight, it's always tricky, you know. Catchweights are pretty much okay, nice, but is it good for Lupita or it's better for Ducote? Honestly, I'm gonna go with over 2.5 with a safe call, side call, Lupita to win. And if I'm gonna go precise, Lupita decision. Shabazian, hello face, Shabazian versus Hernandez. Gonna go with over 1.5, side call Hernandez to win, but Hernandez is so unpredictable, so I'm just staying away from that fight. I mean, I already revealed my bets last time, so you know what I played. And then Mackenzie versus Dern, over 2.5, side call, MG win, MG decision. You know what I was playing like last time, and everybody knows what was I doing, what was I playing. So if you just take a look at the previous stream, I haven't changed anything. Literally haven't changed a single thing, and I got same bets like last time. Fiat is a dark horse for me. I say that too. So yeah, I literally have the same picks, and nothing has changed. Partially nothing has changed. You know what I played last time, and Fiat is a dark horse, of course. Just yeah. Yeah, you are right. He is a dark horse. Also, for me, in the first place, he is a dark horse. I also see that guy as a dark horse of the division. I agree with that. He is a dark horse of the division. Fialho, yes, absolutely. I 100% agree with the fact that I agree 100% with the fact that Fialho is a guy to watch in that weight class. Therefore, agree with the fact that Fialho is the dark horse of the division. And bets are going to be Hill versus Dern over 2.5, Lupita versus Ducote fight starts round 3, and Borcha versus Mahishat, the fight will not go the distance. So these are my bets for all of you who missed. I haven't changed a single thing, so I'm going with Hill versus Dern over 2.5. Lupita versus Ducote fight starts round 3. And also going with Borcha versus Mahishat, not going the distance. I will copy those bets in the case you missed. There you go. These are my bets. So everybody can see I haven't changed a single thing. And you know who I'm basically picking right now. Let me check at the best fight odds whether some lines have changed. Really need to see. Not working now. Okay, just use my previous one. Right now that website is off, not working, so you can use my previous experience for that. And Natalia Silva, she's got horns of the devil, because she is my dark horse of this event. I believe she is my dark horse for this event, yeah. That's why she has horns. because I really believe this girl is a dark horse of this event, and I believe she might get a crack at the title fight sometime soon. I believe she deserves a title fight, like with a streak of 2 or 3 victories. I really believe that girl is deserving a title shot. I don't think I'm going to watch this fight night. Not blaming you, this is the most horrible fight night of 2023. It's a low-key decent card this weekend, but I don't know how to convince my friends to watch UFC instead of stupid freak fight show. I don't know, man. Can't help you with that. I would like to be able to help you, but I understand why people don't want to watch it, because it really is a low-key card. But I'm gonna handle it. I'm gonna watch every single one. Silva will win. Hello, Lolita. Yes, Silva is going to win. I was laughing my ass very, very hard when you posted that on Instagram on Discord. You see, this is really, really funny thing you posted. I was really rolling out of laughing. No, really, I was really, really rolling out of laughing, Lolita. I actually liked that Discord post, and just to say, my doctor prescribed additional 10 physical therapies, so I'm not done with visiting doctors, but I'm feeling better. At least I can walk. Not feeling the best at the moment, but at least I can walk. So yeah, this is a funny content you posted on Discord. I got to praise you for that. Really was a funny content. Like Aljo, Cejudo. Is Cejudo gonna return for Sean O'Malley? He's 36. Just believe, man, like, you wanted a family, you wanted kiddos, that's fine, but you should do some other things in your life, man. But it is a low key card this weekend. You are right, Benjo. Like, never been the big fan of Freak Fight show. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of that. But in Poland, you literally have everything. That's one of the reasons. That's why I actually like Poland, because they invented all kinds of freak shows, etc. But unfortunately, this is a low-key UFC card. I would like if it was the other way around, but it's not. It's not. UFC, lots of women's MMA, great night for me. It's going to be a great. Oh, sorry, Lolita. It's Nightbot. I'm going to read. UFC, lots of women's MMA, great night for me. Yeah, it is great night. It is. It is great night. It is an amazing night, actually. In the first place, it is an amazing night, and I agree. It is a wonderful, wonderful night. Sorry for Nightbot. Sorry. The pink-eyed goat. How are you doing, my fella? I posted my picks, so and tuning in to watch Haney versus Loma. Will you be able to watch best to worst countries in European Union, in your opinion? Best Great Britain, Germany, Poland, um, Scandinavian countries. I actually like all Scandinavian countries. Literally every single Scandinavian country. Yeah, UK is not a part of European Union. I forgot that. So Germany on spot one. You betting tomorrow? Yeah. Just scroll the chat. I posted my bets. Which else? Hungary, fine. My favorite country is Bulgaria, of course, as I'm Bulgarian. But we are pretty much low in European Union. With Romania and Croatia, we are the lowest in Greece. I like Slovenia. I like Austria. Sweden is very nice. I'm actually a big fan of Scandinavian countries. Poland is nice, but I posted Poland on the top of the list. Never been to France, so I don't know. Never liked Italy. I don't like Italy. I've been once, didn't like there. Like, I don't know, just didn't like the surrounding. I don't like Spain. I've been to Sevilla. I traveled to Sevilla earlier and didn't enjoy. You put Poland top of the list. Yeah. I've been to Poland. Been transitioned through Poland. Czech Republic is fine. Slovakia, I don't know. I never visited. Czech Republic is fine. Uh, that would be it, basically. Yeah, Germany and Poland are on the top of the list alongside the Scandinavian countries. I'm actually a big fan of Scandinavian countries. Hello, Niall, my fan of the year. How are you doing? Netherlands are awesome. Yes, they are. But unfortunately, sad story. I have never visited Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, so I don't know what to think about those states because I've never been there. People are praising Netherlands, many of my fans. Any pullouts? Luckily, no pullouts, but we had two Vane misses, and the first Vane miss was Orion Košče as expected against Gilbert Urbina, and another Vane miss we had in the case of Vanessa Demopoulos versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz. The best weather in Europe. Demopoulos missed weight, yeah. The best weather in Europe. I don't like when it's too sunny, so I would say, for me it's Germany. Spain is very hot. For me, Spain is very hot, actually. If she missed weight, she has advantage. Well, I don't know about Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I don't know, because Demopoulos is heavier. I don't know, is it going to affect Karolina? Karolina is on a solid streak. Could be an advantage, but I don't see her finishing Karolina. People get depression over the weather in Scandinavian countries. They don't have much sunlight. That is true. Like, they don't have good weather. And also, I also say Karolina decision. People also praise... I don't know, for me, Germany has the best weather because it's a mixture of sunny and hot. I really don't like too much sun. I actually hate too much sun. I'm just a guy who hates too much sun, so... But if you're asking about the greatest amount of sun, then it's gonna be Spain or Portugal. Vanessa will just put her down, think about it. She probably will. I like actually UK and Ireland weather, because I like when it's cloudy. I don't know, but that's just me. People usually don't like when it's too cloudy, when there is no much of a sunlight. I know people hate it, but I'm different. I like it. Dread careful in picking Vanessa since she looked drained at veins due to missing weight. She looked drained as fuck. She knows how to defend takedowns. When it's cloudy, it's less busy outside. Exactly. I don't like when it's too sunny, man. I don't know. I like when it's cloudy, but I don't like, for example, big rain, or cloudy is pretty much fine. Or light rain is fine. I'm okay with light rain. Very grey and cloudy right now. I'm in Dublin. That's the great weather for me. It would have been a great weather for me. I would actually enjoy that weather. Here is like we were having a lot of clouds in the previous days, but nowadays it was like 66 Fahrenheit, but not much hot. It wasn't much hot. Like, I can't. You fought in UFC, what weight division would you fight in? 170. I walk around 180. I walk normally around 185, 190, but now I'm around 175, 180 because I dropped many pounds. I lost many pounds since I hurt my tendon. I'm not eating too much, and it's starting to affect me. Really, it has started to affect me. I would have been welterweight. I mustn't cut too many pounds because of my health issues, so I would have been welter. $170 would be fine, and like cut to lightweight, it would have been too hard for me. My body cannot handle that kind of a weight cut. But I'm not a heavyweight like Guru. Nah, I'm not a heavyweight like Guru. Guru is a heavyweight. And Joy would be super heavyweight. Imagine that fight. Guru versus Joy, heavyweight versus super heavyweight. It would have been a great fight for KSW in the first place. What do you think about that? Yeah, it would have been a great fight for KSW. Guru versus Joy. Winner takes it all. But I think Guru would win via head kick. Guru versus Joy, winner takes all. It would have been an awesome fight. But overall, it's gonna be a fun event. Yes. Eager to say we are going to see pretty much of a fun event. This is very much low-key fight card. Very, very much low-key fight card. And I'm not impressed by it, but after that we got 1 week of a break. How tall are you? 6'2". See? I'm 6'2". So what do you think? Am I skinny or... Like many people troll that I'm a bit skinny, like 6'2" and welterweight. Like for welterweight, I'm pretty tall for a welterweight, but my reach is only 74. So it's not like I don't have Neil Magny's reach. Slim. Many people troll me that I'm slim. Many people tell me that. But it's true, I have zero muscles. I mean, everybody who says, Vlad, you have zero muscles, it's like, I don't have much of a muscles. Guru versus Joy in a sumo match, who do you guys pick? Joy. If it's sumo match, Joy. Feed me hot dogs. Imagine Joy full of hot dogs versus Guru full of protein shake. I think hot dogs would get an advantage. Skinny bull, like we would say in Poland. Skinny bull. Yeah, I know what that means. Skinny bull. Yeah. But I'm like, imagine I'm 6'2", and to fight at welterweight, it's like, it's funny. Had a guy, still a bull, yeah. I had a guy, one taekwondo guy, he was from Denmark. The guy was 6'7" and he fought at welterweight. Like the beat, yeah, like the beat. The guy was 6'7" and he fought at welterweight. One guy from Denmark. When I participated at one taekwondo competition, I was 6'2" and I fought at welterweight, and he was 6'7" and fought at welterweight. Imagine that, tall, skinny, badass. Yeah, now that's a weight bully. Yeah, I'm like, I wouldn't cut many pounds. 180, 185. That is my walking weight, and 6'7" welterweight is a coward move. Yeah, but when I was in one taekwondo competition, people were normally 6'2", 6'3", 6'1", like 6'0" for welterweight, but he was 6'7" and competed at welterweight. So it was like, that is the strangest thing that has happened to me in the first place in my life. I lost to that guy, 1 point differential. I lost 8-7. But man, I missed so many times. His head was so much high and I was unable to reach it. Imagine Deontay Wilder at welterweight. Yeah, that was Deontay Wilder at welterweight. That guy was from Denmark. That guy was from Denmark, and that was the Deontay Wilder case at welterweight. Funny but true. It was Deontay Wilder at welterweight. I believe his name was... who's the tallest in the welterweight? Neil Magny, 6'3". I think Neil Magny is the tallest. I don't think there is anybody above 6'3" at welterweight. At lightweight, there used to be James Vick, who was 6'3", I think. Right? At middleweight, earlier we had Kendall the Spider Grove. He was 6'6". Like, he fought earlier. Right now, Pereira was tall, Adesanya was tall, they were 6'4". At middleweight. Imagine Stefan Struve at middle or welterweight. Hard to imagine. Very much hard to imagine. 6'11" Stefan Struve to fight at welterweight. That would be like, I don't know, man. Unimaginable. Who else? Yeah, I think Neil Magny is 6'3". I think he is the tallest at welterweight. I don't remember a taller guy than Neil Magny. At middleweight, I remember Kendall Grove earlier. He used to be 6'6". They should ban a certain height. That is true. You have you had 6'2" at featherweight. Sean Woodson. Sean Woodson used to be 6'2" and he was fighting at featherweight. 6'3" should be max for welterweight. Yeah, it should be. Imagine a guy 6'2" fighting at featherweight. It was Sean Woodson. Do you remember Sean Woodson when he was fighting at featherweight? That guy used to be. Yes, he used to fight at featherweight. You have Corey Sandhagen, 5'11", and he is fighting at bantamweight. That guy has a bad chin at overweight. Yes, but when he moved one division up, his chin is pretty much solid. Have you seen Tanner Bowser is fighting again at 205? I believe he gets smoked again. This time he's fighting another hard-hitting hillbilly. I have a feeling he's gonna get smoked again. Ian Gary. Ian the future Gary. The guy is the future. Oh, he's also 6'3". I forgot. Ian Gary is 6'3". He is also fighting at welterweight. He's 6'3" too. Me too. He had speed advantage at heavyweight. Absolutely. I think 205 is not his weight class. Plus, he looks extremely skinny. Have you seen how skinny Tanner Bowser looks at that weight class? He looks like a zombie, man. He's really looking like a zombie. Have you seen that? Bowser is really looking like a zombie. Tanner the zombie Bowser. Or Tanner the Canadian zombie Bowser. He looks in shape, but so does everyone else at 205, so it's more competitive than heavyweight. At heavyweight, he was having advantage. He used to be a knockout artist. I don't know why he made such a move. I mean, deer meat, fine, man. Okay, if you like deer meat, go for it, but why? Why did you move? That's something I can't understand. Why did he have to move? He was doing well at heavyweight. He wasn't making some big mistakes or he was scoring knockouts. I mean, he didn't suck at heavyweight. So, your favorite mythical fighter? There are many mythical creatures I like, but I liked this guy. The God of War, Ares and Amazonians. I liked Amazonians. There is the movie Amazonian. Mine is TRT Vitor. Like mythical fighter. Mythical fighter would be Uberim if you're talking about UFC. Amazonians were chicks. They were women. Yeah. But if you're talking about mythical UFC fighter like someone Roy did, that was Uberim. But not Alistair Overeem. Uberim. Just to get a hold of a bit of water. Getting back in 30 seconds. There I go. My epic mythical fighter was Uberim. Yes, Uberim. Mine is CEO Francis Ngannou. CEO. CEO was such a funny story back then. It used to be a very funny story. CEO. Like mythical Francis Ngannou. That mythical Francis Ngannou is just epic. Maybe later I'm going to talk about... I will see how I feel. Maybe I will talk about Dagestani bias. Because they gave Ikram Alyaskerov top 5 opponent, and who did he beat? He beat Phil Hawes, and he lost to Khamzat Chimaev via punch. Are they trying to push Khamzat Chimaev versus Ikram Alyaskerov too? Are they trying to push Khamzat Chimaev versus Ikram Alyaskerov too? That is my question. Like, he beat Phil Hawes, and right off the bat he gets top 5 opponent. Is it okay towards other guys at that weight class? Hell no. Dagestani bias is real, fellas. And I'm telling facts. Like, who did you beat? Who did you defeat to get top 5 opponent? You defeated an okay guy, but you haven't defeated like top 10 guy. Right off the bat, we got Ikram Alyaskerov versus Paulo Costa. Way to go, Dana. Congrats on your stupidity, Dana. I mean, really, Dana. Are you humping your wife regularly? Do you like watching people hump each other inside the octagon? I don't know why Dana gives advantage to humpers. Really, that is a part of the game I will never get. Like, why people who hump other people get the advantage? I think crowd prefers striking matchups. Correct me if I'm wrong, but... And Chimaev will knock the hell out of Ikram. He already knocked him out once. Yeah, he already knocked him out once. I know, he knocked him out in the first round. But I think Dana is trying to push for Ikram versus Chimaev too. That is my theory right now, because that is the only thing that makes sense at the moment, right? One and only thing that makes sense at the moment. Why would he pair Ikram with Paulo Costa? And what is next after Paulo Costa? You don't have to be a god to realize what is the story. Like, imagine Dagestan versus Chechnya. That is what is Dana doing exactly. That fight happened once, he wants fight to happen again. Do you think Khamzat has the potential to be 3-weight division champ? No. No way. 1 division champ, yeah. He can be champ at 1 division. I don't know whether it's gonna be middleweight or it's gonna be welterweight, because he's having a hard time cutting to welterweight. So I assume he's going to be middleweight champ at some point of his life. But 3 division, no. I believe at one point of his career that he is going to be the champ. And potentially a middleweight champ. If I have to choose a weight class, I would choose middleweight for Khamzat Chimaev. Can Khamzat beat Hill? It's 205, I don't know. I don't know, man. 205, people are stronger. Even if he beats Hill, Prohashka is gonna knock the hell out of him. It's insane to give Ikram Costa when all he did was KO chinless bum in Phil Hawes. One fight and gets top opponent. I'm telling you, Dana is pushing Ikram versus Chimaev too. It should not be allowed, of course. Hamzat is psychopath, brother. Tough. Strickland and Costa should be fighting. Absolutely, Strickland versus Costa would be a great fight. I agree about Hamzat, man. Like, yes. Not fighting those no-name Dagestanis. Absolutely, it's bias. It's a heavy bias. Like, I mean, I understand they're taking over, but man, do you have like to kill every other fighter? Do you have to kill every division? Okay, Kram knows to knock people out. It's insanely obvious. It is. Ikram knows to knock people out. Fine, but man, you're giving him top 5 opponent. Are you insane? You're giving him top 5 opponent. What are you watching? Like, that bias is obvious. It's obvious. It's obvious, man. I mean, come on. I understand this is a sport, but man, don't do it. Don't track the sport. Why give Umar a top opponent? He hasn't beat anyone high ranked yet, and he already wants the belt. They are all clowns. He thinks he could smoke Sandhagen. I'm telling you, Sandhagen is too tricky for a. I'm a fan of Umar, but no way he beats Corey. I'm actually a fan of Umar. You know that really well. I'm a fan of Umar, but I don't see him beating Corey. No way he beats Sandhagen. But like with Ikram Aliaskerov, they went too far. They really went too far with this, like giving him a top 5 opponent. Islam beats Bobby Green, gets title shot. Yes, exactly. It was horrible. It was a horrible decision. Bobby Green, was he top 15? Darius has to beat everyone to get a title shot. Oh, sorry, Cyrus. Sorry, it's Nightbot. I will read your comment. Darius has to beat everybody to get a title shot. It's true. Darius has to beat everybody. Darius has to beat everybody. Sorry about Nightbot, please. But it's true, he has to beat like everybody to get a title shot, and no, it's horrible. It's really horrible, man. I'm not like Darius deserved title shot. Let's be honest, he really deserved title shot. That guy really is. According to me, that guy should be the champ. He deserves like championship fight. Darius like is a beast. I believe he's gonna beat Oliveira, and I have a feeling everything's opening up for him, but they don't give him good treatment. That is the problem. They are not giving that guy good treatment because he literally beat everybody. And what did he get? Nothing. Hey, mate. Just saying, like, I'm just saying, he got nothing. Literally, he beat everybody. And what did he get? He gets Oliveira in a non-title fight. Like, he got Makachev, one victory over Bobby Green. And what did he get? He got a title shot, of course. He won a title fight, which is fine. But after a victory over Bobby Green. Gaethje versus Poirier 2 pick. I picked the fight not going the distance, but side call would be Poirier. Think Poirier is gonna win some kind of... No, think Gaethje is a high-level, high-volume fighter. This is 5-rounders, so that's why I'm giving advantage to Poirier. If it was a 3-rounder, Gaethje, 100% Gaethje, but this is 5-rounder. This is 5-rounder, and yeah. Gaethje, if he fights like his last fight, he wins. If it's a 3-round fight, I would favor Gaethje 100%. The problem is this is 5-rounders, so... But yeah, if he fights like he used to fight last time, he's gonna win. True. Also, Gaethje is generally having problems with lefties. I feel like Getchi has just taken so much damage. Well, Getchi is generally having problems with lefties, so let's see how is he gonna deal with the southpaw warrior. I'm just saying generally he has problem with lefties. It doesn't have to mean he will have problems tomorrow. It doesn't have to mean, but I'm just saying the guy generally has a problem. Silva ATD, absolutely. You've seen that I put horns on Silva, which means she is my dark horse for this event. When you see devil's horns, it doesn't mean that I hate somebody. It means my dark horse for the event. I see her as a dark horse, and I think that dark horse is ready to explode. I have a feeling that dark horse is ready to explode. What do you think? Hooper. Hooper's only way to win is a submission. Only submission. If you want to risk with Hooper, risk with submission. Fialho Buckley pick. Fight not going the distance, side call Fialho. Buckley is cutting to 170, so Buckley is already very, very, very muscular, and he is cutting to 170. Does it make sense? Not much to me. He was already doing well at 185, and he is extremely muscular and now cutting to 170. Buckley didn't look good. He looked horrible at the scales. Thank you for hearts. He looked horrible at the scales. I said to myself, man, is this even Buckley? Or feel like Buckley is skilled, but he just can't take big shots. Buckley is very skilled, but this is 170, guys. You know how hard it is when you cut. It's easier to gain weight than to cut weight. Way, way easier to gain weight. And everybody knows that it's way, way easier to gain weight than to cut weight. Weight cut, it's demanding. It's draining a lot of energy. It's actually very, very demanding for your body, for everybody's body. You think about Temba, you like him to win. Fight not going the distance. I like actually Sato to win. But if Temba loses, gonna get released. If Sato loses, gonna get released. Not much of a choice in that fight. Really not much choice in that fight. I must confirm that. It's not that I see much of a choice in that fight. Both of these guys have to win, and they have to win big if they plan to stay in the promotion. That is good pairing. That fight is an example of good pairing, if you're asking me. That is actually an example of a really nice pairing. I like Takashi Sato to win, but again, Gorimbo is a nice opponent, nice guy, yeah. So gonna be okay. Actually, I'm looking forward to that fight. I'm actually excited. Because of that fight, I'm pretty much excited. Tonight, I will see. If I'm fine, maybe I will stream later, but just saying maybe. Just if I'm feeling fine. If not, then I will spare my energy for tomorrow. Ikram versus Costa. Fight not going the distance. I think Ikram gonna win. Don't support the fact that Ikram is fighting Costa. I actually think it's horrible. I actually think it's a horrible piece of play. I think UFC made a horrible call with that fight. And I'm not supporting it, but that's the way it goes. Sometimes we make decisions we don't enjoy. And we regret for it later. But I think they're pushing Ikram versus Chimaev too. I think UFC is trying to push Ikram versus Chimaev too. And I really think I don't like that. I like the fight a lot, but it's unfair to other contenders. I like that fight too, man, but come on. I mean, you are skipping all other big guys, all other big names. And Aliaskerov just defeated Phil Hawes. Who did he beat? Phil Hawes. He beat Phil Hawes via big punch. Fine. That's fine. Congrats on the victory, man. But fighting Costa, why? Just why? I received a message on my Discord. Hold on. Just to respond. I'm still here. Bellator for Costa after loss with Ikram. I think Bellator is the best solution for Costa. I really think Bellator is the best solution for Costa. Maybe PFL would pay a lot of money for Costa to participate in their competitions. What do you think, Benjo? Do you think PFL would pay a lot of money to Costa like they paid a lot of money to Francis Ngannou? I think they would. PFL is actually ready to bring big players to the game because they want to take the market over. They want to take over the market. Ngannou being in PFL is dumb. He's gonna run through everybody. Probably. Yes, probably they're gonna bring him. Well, they offered him a lot of money. They offered him to be ambassador for Africa. They offered him to allow him a boxing match. So I think Ngannou got what he wanted, and I think he tricked everybody. I actually think Ngannou tricked everybody. PFL would be good for Costa too. PFL would be a massive step in the right direction. I have a feeling PFL would be awesome for Costa if he chooses to end his UFC career with a loss to Ikram Aliaskerov. I believe Costa is washed, but all washed UFC fighters are leaving to PFL. WWE. In WWE, he would do well. And you know why he would do well? Because he's a master of trash. He's a master of trash talk. And his trash talk is pretty much on point every single time. Yeah, his trash talk is on point every single time. Jan versus Pereira. Actually, I have Jan winning. Pereira is moving up, so this is Jan's natural weight class. And Jan did an amazing job against Magomed Ankalaev with those calf kicks. Kickboxers are generally vulnerable to calf kicks, so I will have to favor Jan. You have all those predictions on my channel. You can also scroll. But okay, when I'm live, I'm responding to every question, so go for it. Most confident fighter UFC Vegas 73, Natalia Silva. You probably seen the thumbnail that I posted, so it's Natalia Silva, like Natalia Silva with horns for a reason. Yes, it's Natalia Silva with horns for a reason. But she is my dark horse of the event. This is a low-key UFC event. But again, I'm UFC fan, so it's not that I can choose, nor I want to choose. I don't want to choose either. Pereira only purpose is to beat Easy. He should have gone for part 3. I don't see it happening. I just think it's gonna be too much for him. Which card do you think is better, 290 or 291? 291. 291. I think 291 is a slugfest card. Like, even in the prelims, you got fighters who could headline UFC Fight Night. It is amazing. 291 is awesome, but 289 is like horrible. So excited for Pereira Wonderboy. Me too. Me too. I'm so excited for Green Ferguson actually, most on that fight card. But BMF belt like Poirier, BMF belt in the format of Poirier versus Gaethje doesn't look good to me, but at the first place, Masvidal won that BMF title, so I give the second BMF title to some of them. Makes sense. Okay, I can say it makes sense to some point, but only to some point. I'm worried for Ferguson. I feel like Green is gonna destroy him. He didn't look great against Nate Diaz. He looked horrible. Really much looked horrible. He really much looked horrible, and it worries me. It actually worries me a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It worries me a lot, fellas. I'm actually worried a lot about that fight. Unfortunately, I see Green winning. I can't forgive myself for picking against Tony, but sorry, Tony, just forgive me. I'm a big fan of yours, but it's time to hang up your gloves. Telling you as a friend who really and honestly loves you, it's time to hang up your gloves. It's just the time to hang up your gloves, man. Please do it. If he wants to fight, he needs to fight somebody like Nick Diaz for a money fight or something. That would be pretty cool. It would be. Hooper looks bigger than Fiore. You surprised? Not at all. Not at all. I'm not surprised at all. Not shocked at all, actually. I'm actually thinking it's. I expected Hooper to look bigger, right? Expected Hooper to look bigger in the first place. But again, it's like. I'd see Hooper via submission. Yeah, Tony Ferguson should take part in a money fight, or maybe move to PFL, maybe move to Bellator, or he can still earn a decent amount of money if he changes the promotion. Yeah, he could still earn a decent amount of money. Do you think Oliveira has a chance in a Makhachev rematch? No. Unfortunately, no. Dariush would stand a chance. Volkanovski would stand a chance. Not Oliveira. Oliveira was having a hard time with basic strikes, so a guy who can't do a good job with basic strikes, he will hardly defeat any better fighter. No, I just don't see it happening. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Simply don't see it happening. Just think it's gonna be too much for him, especially under these circumstances. I just think it's too much. Oliveira's my favorite fighter. It sucks that in his first fight with Islam, it looked like he was fighting a brick wall. He was fighting horribly. In his first outing, he was fighting horribly. I was actually very furious because of that. Yeah, man. I was extremely furious because of that. Don't even know how furious I was. I was even yelling at the goddamn wall because of that. Fiore never been subbed. Well, either Chase Hooper via submission, either Fiore via KO TKO. I don't see any other finish. Like if it goes the distance, probably Fiore then. Chase Hooper doesn't have good striking. He is just a TDD guy. Fiore has KO wins, yes. Got huge parlay, Silva, Dern. Uh, okay, good luck, man. Silva is my dark horse. Mackenzie Dern, potentially via submission, I guess, Matty. Like, you're the only guy who picked Alexa Grasso to win by submission, and you caught that parlay, so you actually earned a lot of money on that. I can only congratulate you on that on that magical move. You were the only guy who picked Grasso to win, and the only guy who picked Grasso to win via submission. I don't even know how did you even think of picking Grasso to win via submission, but it was plus 2000. Just placed a bet on Silva ATD, let's go. I agree, Silva ATD. Silva ATD. Potentially, I agree with that. You can scroll the chat to the top to see my bets. I'm not hiding any bets, so I only have 3 of them. Yeah, sad story. I only have 3 bets, and all of them are technical picks. Funny but true. All of them are technical picks. I do, but it's like they're just my content. I'm just pushing the story. Some people would say, Vlad, you're just riding your horse too hard. Nah, not doing that. Vlad is just pushing his story. I'm just trying to push the story as hard as I can. And I hope we are going to see some really, really nice things. Soon. Just soon. I don't plan to surrender, fellas. That will never happen, because that's not me. Imagine me surrendering. It would have never been me. I have never surrendered in my life. It's not me. It would have never been me. It's crazy. Even to say the word surrender is crazy. So, guys, whenever somebody wants you to surrender, just say, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, man. No. Good luck on Silva ATD, fella. I just hope it's gonna win. Like, I have a feeling Silva to win ATD. Potentially gonna be a good decision. I'm a businessman, really. I'm a businessman. I'm pushing this story as hard as I can. Man, I didn't know Fialho taller than Buckley. Fialho is way taller than Buckley. Actually, everybody is taller than Buckley. Buckley is only, I think, 5'9", right, or 5'10". He is actually pretty small for a welterweight. And Chris Curtis is 5'10", and he's fighting at middleweight. Who do you think wins tomorrow, Devin Haney versus Lomachenko? Very hard fight to call. Hello, Zloty, how are you doing? Very hard fight to call. I'm actually a big fan of Lomachenko, but I think I'm gonna go with Haney, because Haney is in a better shape right now. But I'm a big fan of Lomachenko. You know that I'm a die-hard fan of Lomachenko. Work, training soon, work. Oh, that's awesome. How is everything doing, my friend? I'm recovering, going on physical therapies. And MMA, yes, awesome. Just awesome. I'm also going to, I'm going physical therapy, so not training at the moment, but I'm pushing as hard as I can. Like recovering, not bad. Muay Thai, that is awesome. So you're on Muay Thai now. That is excellent, my friend. Muay Thai is nice. MMA is my... Yeah, I get what you mean. MMA is your next step, yes. So if you come from Muay Thai to the world of mixed martial arts, you can actually be a clinch specialist, fighter inside the pocket. Short range strikes. That would be awesome. It would have been awesome. Muay Thai is very nice. I'm actually a fan of Muay Thai. Nice martial art. My brother used to train it back in the good old days. We are just discussing UFC Vegas 73, but you can ask anything. Like, I finished picks predictions, so feel free to ask whatever you want. Do you think Dominic Reyes can ever be a title contender again? No. I think he is done. No objectivity. Whatever. I'm fine with any question. Really. We were just talking about UFC Vegas 73, Mackenzie Dern versus Angela Hill, but that's... yeah. Yeah, about Dominic Reyes. No, he will never be a contender. No, not happening. Okay. Did you pick Makishat? I think Boschuk kinda sucks. No, fight not going the distance. If I must pick a side, would go with Slava Boschuk. But if I really must pick a side, fight not going the distance is my pick for that fight. We see a knockout. Think the same to you. Awesome. Makishat. If I must pick a side, Kovalkiewicz to win decision. Have you seen that Vanessa Demopoulos missed the scale? 117.5, and Kovalkiewicz was spot on. I hope Kovalkiewicz gonna smoke her out, but unfortunately, the only potential finish for Kovalkiewicz is decision. So I see Kovalkiewicz decision. Don't see Kovalkiewicz finishing Demopoulos, as Demopoulos is very skillful in BJJ. Demopoulos looked horrible on the scales. And she was like... she was gasping for air. Also, Buckley was like... zombie walk. Joaquin, the zombie Buckley. Yeah. Think Joaquin, the zombie Buckley. Remember, Joaquin, the zombie Buckley. The same. 5 Poland, 16 fights to Octagon, all win. Oh! That's a nice bet. 16 fights. 1100. 1100. Whoa! 11,500 Polish zlotys. That's awesome. Wilkinson Kutateladze. That is awesome, man. You got 16 fights. Whoa, that is amazing. Who is fighting in Octagon? I didn't have time to make a prediction. Let me check who's fighting. Need to check who's fighting in Octagon. Hold on. I really didn't have time to make prediction. But, okay, I will check who's fighting. Kincel Vemola! Whoa, let's go, man. Kincel Vemola. Vemola cut into 185. Man, Kincel has good chances to win this one. Kozma Lohore would go Lohore. Melvin Van Suidam, that's awesome. Robert Brzyzicek against Lee Chadwick. This is a heck of the event. Mateusz Legierski versus Matej Kuźnik. I love it, man. Robert Pukac versus Miroslav Brož. Gianni Melida versus Marek Mazuch. That is amazing, man. These are all great names. Might actually record the predictions tomorrow. Wilkinson, Aitika win course 3.40. That's a big odd. That's a great odd. This octagon is actually stacked. Amiran Gogoladze. Whoa. Ahmed Vida. Andrid Brajshori. Matej Danek. Ahmed Vida fighting on this octagon. Man, this octagon is brutally good. I might actually make predictions later. Not like maybe tomorrow morning. We'll see. Like Yersky. Like Yersky to win is nice. Might actually make those predictions tomorrow. We'll see. I really didn't have time this week. I was brutally busy. And I'm excusing myself because of that. But when you don't have time, you just don't have time. Wish I had more time this week, fellas. I was writing. I was extremely busy writing. Octagon, Bravinov. By the way, that is awesome, man. I didn't know there are so many great fights coming up on that fight card. Really didn't know that. I'm actually thrilled. Need to say that I'm pretty much thrilled about the upcoming situation. Yeah, so glad for Octagon. I might actually make tomorrow Octagon predictions if I have time. We'll see if I have time tomorrow. Just need to send one message. That is excellent, man. I wish you all the luck of this world. I hope you're gonna win big. Would be very happy because of you if you win big. I really hope you will. Yeah, but I need to spare some energy for tomorrow. Silva was a dog. Her UFC debut. What fight would make her a dog again? That's a good question. You know Szymanski? Of course I know Szymanski. He submitted Raul to Tarauli. I remember that guy. He is a very big prospect. Yes, Szymanski is a very big prospect. Yes, I know that guy. She would be a dog only if she, I don't know, fights top 5. Even if she fights top 5, I assume she wouldn't be the underdog. Thank you for the hearts, fellas. Those hearts are awesome. Nice hearts. This week was stacked with writing. Versus Tracy Cortez. How much you like Slava Claus? 6 out of 10. Slava Claus is actually a very friendly guy. He is following me on social media. We are actually friends on Instagram. And to be honest, Slava Claus is... I actually made a video about him, about some achievements, something that he should improve. And he messaged me like after 2-3 months. He wrote me on Instagram and said, thanks, man. I was pretty much aware of those, my weaknesses, and I plan to work on it. Still have that message on Instagram. So Slava Claus is actually a nice guy. He just told me that he would be willing to give interview if he wins his next fight. But is he going to win against Maheshat? It's 50-50 to me. I believe somebody gets floored. Slava can win if he keeps the fight standing. But when it comes to wrestling aspect of the game, he is having a lot of problems there. I hope he's going to improve his grappling. I really hope that guy is going to improve his grappling. Imagine him with an improved grappling. How amazing it would be. I'm actually a fan of Slava Claus as a person, but as a fighter, Slava Claus with excellent grappling would be a killer, if you're asking me. But only Slava Claus with great grappling. Slava Claus with grappling as of now, it's a problem. It's actually a massive, massive problem. We've got a problem. Hey, MMA Raski. Nothing much, man. I'm just hanging around, recovering. The doctor extended the number of my physical therapies to 10, to additional 10, so will be 20. I finished therapy number 10 today. Feeling better, still not perfect, but I'm better. How's your life doing? Still enjoying with the fellas, or right now I'm at my condo. Szymanski, Mircea too. Oh, that's awesome. I like Mircea actually, but I'm gonna pick Szymanski in that one. Good, man, making some more MMA edits. Yeah, I'm following you on IG. You have pretty much influential Instagram. Everybody follow MMA Raski on Instagram. He's having pretty much influential IG. Yeah, you have some really, really good clips on Instagram. I'm following you on that one. Some of those videos are really, really much inspirational. It's true, like, it's not that I'm sitting on Instagram 24/7. I open it from time to time, but it making a Strickland edit now. Strickland, which fight? Which fight? He's so underrated. He's extremely underrated. Which fight? Are you making from some of his... yes, back home, yeah. But during week, I have to be at my parents because of physical therapies. I am going at that. When you're in a small city, it's easier to get physical therapies. You don't wait that much. In big city, you wait a lot. All his fights, just editing his best highlights. That is amazing. Yes, I'm back home. Need to spare some energy for tomorrow. Yeah, I just need to spare some energy for tomorrow, but... You follow SCA? No. We don't have the possibility to follow SCA here. Any recommendations on fighters I should make more edits on? There you go. Tomorrow it's energy drink day. Yeah, always. When I'm in UFC, I'm always taking an energy drink, but you know that already. Yeah, my diehard fans know everything about me. It's energy drink today. No, today I didn't drink it. Just tomorrow. I drink one coffee in the morning and that's it. It's not like that I was taking too much of them. Nor I wanted to take much of them. Just taking it when I'm having UFC day and that's it. Aside of that, no. Just... Chris Curtis should get more edits. Which energy drink you drink? I can take any. Literally, I can take any. I just take energy drink when I'm in UFC. Like when I have to stay up for 6 hours, I must take one. Aside of that, not drinking them. I can literally take any. Literally any. Like maybe, okay, let's say guarana, but let's say. Just let's say, Goran, I can take any. I only had Monster. Never bought Monster. We have Monster energy drinks here, but I have never tested it. Never tried it, so... Try one tomorrow. I will see if I... Not easy to find Monster energy drink here, but you can find it if you're persistent, so... I might try, actually. If I find one, I will try. Like, other energy drinks are available literally anywhere in free sale, but Monster is a bit harder to find. But I will try. If I find it, why not? Yeah, I can try. That's a nice idea, actually. Drinking a plant-based energy drink called Riot, does that make me soy? No. Why would it make you soy? Any drink is nice. Never seen any Monster Energy here in Belgrade. You can see it. Have you been in Lidl? If you go into Lidl, go to Lidl or go to... Who else has it? How's that? Shop and Go. Lidl and Shop and Go have that energy drink. I only shop at Idea, organic. Well, if you only shop at Idea, they don't have it. Idea doesn't have it. Shop and Go has it. Lidl has it. That's it, I think. I've only seen Monster Energy at Shop and Go and Lidl. But it's a nice choice overall. That energy drink is a... Monster is a nice choice, but I've never tried it. No, I've never tried it. Have you seen the big protests today? Yeah, I was thinking of going to that big protests, but unfortunately my leg is injured. Yes, I've seen Serbia against violence. I was thinking to go on that protests, but my leg is injured, so I'm having a hard time walking. I can walk, but I can only walk slowly. With that sore Achilles tendon, it's still... if I wasn't injured, I would go. Nascimento look like Latifi dad. He's a lot bigger. Yes, amazingly bigger. Man, those protests are like 100K people was in Belgrade today. They're protesting against violence, and they want some changes in the government. So we will see what is going to happen with those protests. Next Friday, I believe, is going to be another protest. But that's like, I hope. Like, we had 2 mass shootings in only 2 days. Violence in the US is 10,000 times worse. I agree, man, but like in Serbia, we had the last mass shooting in 2013. And then in 2023, we had 2 mass shootings in 2 days. It's like, I don't know what to say. It's not normal for Serbia. I mean, we do have it from time to time, but we don't have it every day, man. Risky ones tomorrow. Fiore, Carolina, MJ. Very, very risky. Hey, Josh, how are you doing? Are you at break at work? Yeah. Yeah, I wrote you on IG what is allowed here, what is not, and I was not joking around about my uncle being 30 days in prison. Yes, I am. US has multiple mass shootings a day, but most don't get headlines. Hello, Charles Barkley. Yeah, so you're at work. In Serbia, if a mass shooting happens, it goes to headline like it's like surprising topic. And we had 2 mass shootings in 2 days. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. It was like, yeah. And yes, Josh, I was not joking around about my uncle being to prison only because he threatened on Facebook to some politician. No joke. He really ended up in prison. 30 days. And he paid, I think, 1 or 2K fine after prison. So laws here are pretty much, how to say, God bless America for that. You can write the majority of things and such like, but I assume you wouldn't end up in prison because of that. Here you can end up in prison because of that. No joke. Yes, God bless USA, but we are changing fast. Yes, I see. I see. You told me on Instagram what happens if you post some things that you shouldn't post. I agree. But I'm telling you here, for example, if you threaten social media to somebody, especially after those mass shootings, police knocks at your door. So if you're silent on social media, nobody cares. Like, but if you, for example, start threatening on social media, 2 3 days or maybe 2 3 hours, and police is knocking on your door, and you prove that it wasn't you. That sounds like Gestapo. I'm not joking. I'm dead ass, man. People here were arrested only because they threatened on social media. For example, they were threatening on Twitter wall, Facebook wall, Instagram wall. They were arrested because of that. Police should not imprison people for expressing their opinion. I'm telling you, things work like that here. I know I told you a guy who paid 2K fine only because of Twitter post. Because he wrote for some what did he write? I think he wrote for some journalist that she's a bitch or something like that. And she sued him and he paid like 2K fine, or he paid some very big fine for that. So yeah, laws are here pretty much, how to say, very strict about that. That's why I'm pretty much silent on social media, aside of like YouTube parodies. Parodies are allowed, but laws here are pretty much shitty about that. If somebody wants to push, for example, the lawsuit against you, he's probably going to win. I That's how things work here. God bless America. Natalia Silva, star of the card, low key. True. Natalia Silva, Victoria Leonardo is maybe top tier fight of the card. Communists or not, that's how things work here, Josh. I know it's funny, but I know it's funny to you because you live in the state where that is not normal. But here, I tell you here, try to threaten on social media and police comes knocking at your door. Especially now after mass shootings. Before mass shootings, they were more tolerant, more lenient to that. After mass shootings, you threaten on social media, here comes police. Before mass shootings, it was like sometimes they tolerate, sometimes not. After shootings, literally the smallest thing you write, you can get arrested. If they believe it's a threat. Like if it's like expressing your free opinion, no. But if they think it's a threat, the smallest thing you write, you can get arrested. After those mass shootings, I don't know how much is that gonna last, but many people were arrested because of threats here. And I'm not joking around. It's like, I told you about the girl who made a TikTok video supporting. Was she just talking positively about that mass shooter? I don't remember. It was something like that. Not sure what exactly was. And guess what happened? Police put her to custody. So here, better not joke with those things. Here is kind of, how to say, restrictive laws, very restrictive for that. If somebody wants like to push against you or to put you on the court of law, you're going to lose. If you wrote something, you're going to lose and you're going to pay a big fine. In the best case scenario, you're going to pay a big fine. In the worst case, handcuffs. Yes, you are right, but these are the laws here. Very strict. Very, very strict, actually. I'm doing great, Adishat. How are you doing, friend? How's life been? Everything okay at your end? Hope everything is fine, fella. Who's your dog this card? Uh, have some of them. I actually think Angela Hill could score a win, but not much confident at her. Andre Fialho is my dog. Definitely Andre Fialho. Takashi Sato, maybe. Andre Fialho is my dog. Leave it big plus money on Andre Fialho. What do you think of Andre Fialho generally? Are you impressed with Andre Fialho and the value on him? What do you think about the value? Only gonna be Andre Fialho for me. Does Mackenzie Dern have the best body in the UFC? Top 5 for sure. Best body. Uh, I prefer muscular chicks, but yeah, Mackenzie Dern is potentially one of the best. I don't know, to me it's Holly Holm and Valentina Shevchenko are the best bodies, but Mackenzie Dern is definitely on the top. She is definitely at the top of the division. Joanna Jędrzejczyk used to have a great body while she was a part of the UFC. Who else? Aileen Perez has a nice body. Was it like Aileen Perez, the Argentinian fighter, Fiona Perez? How is her name? I think it's Aileen Perez. Marina Morozov, or how is Marina Moros? Marina Moros has a nice body. Yeah, really pretty much a top-notch commentator. Definitely understand the technical aspect of the game. I could really say that. Thank you. Silva, hottest chick on the card. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Natalia Silva for me. And Mackenzie Dern is very hot. Montana De La Rosa, nice. Oh yes, she does. She does have a great body. Thank you so much for appreciating my technical aspect of the game. I'm trying, but you should say thanks to my coach Itsko for that. To my coach Ivan Georgievich Itsko. He learned me wrestling aspect of the game, and about striking aspect of the game, I'm a striker for my whole life. Richie is a nice chick. Richie is a very, very nice chick. There are many hot chicks in UFC, but for me, Silva is like dark horse of the card and a very nice chick. Ariane Carnelosi is nice. Poliana Viana is nice. Who else? I know there are many nice chicks. Just saying. It's kind of hard to remember all of them. Kind of hard to remember all of those names. Really not easy to remember all those names. I'm trying to remember, but Carnelosi, that is really pretty much an interesting choice. Well, there are many hot chicks, like Viana is very cute to me, Poliana Viana. She's looking like a kid, and she's looking like a kid, baby face. But when you feel the energy, it's like, baby face and the killer at once. That's Poliana Viana. Like, Poliana Viana is a pretty much nice choice, yeah. I'd like Joanna Miller as a girlfriend. She's got cake. Yeah, Joanna Miller is okay. Veronica Hardy is nice. You definitely look like a kiddo too. That's a compliment. Thank you. I'm 35, believe it or not. See? When I take this off. I'm 35, believe it or not. If I look younger, that's a big compliment. If I look like a kiddo, that's a big compliment. It means I'm still young. I didn't do any Botox or I didn't do any face reconstruction. But maybe at one day I will undergo face surgery, or I want to look younger, much younger. That is awesome. I really want to look younger, so maybe at one point of my life I will undergo face surgery, but maybe at one point of my life, not yet. I'm planning to stay young for my fans, just to know. If I want to stay young, I want to stay young because of my die-hard fans. That is awesome. Possible for Silva to lose. She's lost before, right? I think she did. But hardly. I mean, it's always possible. That's why this is UFC. Anything is possible, but it's not that I see her losing the fight. I don't see her losing the fight, but is it possible? Everything is possible, let's be honest. Everything is possible. You know what Yoel Romero says? When you believe, anything is possible. So, yeah, I think my Romero impression is pretty much on point. I'm gonna tell you something. When you believe, anything is possible. Hey, lad, do you think Chase Hooper can get takedowns? He could. Chase Hooper submission or Nick Fury KO TKO? I think my Romero impression is pretty much on point. I'm gonna tell you one thing. When you believe, anything is possible. Should I bet Silva decision now or wait until she gets hit and maybe live odds go down? I think live odds are safer way. I never bet live. I only bet face, I only bet face to face with a bookie. But I think live betting is less riskier. I think less risk with live betting. No, didn't have time today. I was writing. This and next week I got many projects to write, so unfortunately don't have time to research. That impression is really pretty much on point. Oh, thank you. Here is Romero impression one more time. I'm gonna tell you one thing. When you believe, anything is possible. Yeah, I know some people. Not that skilled like Guru with impressions, but I know to copycat some people. Or Yuri Prohashka impression is on point. Look at this. What's that kind of a question? I'm gonna knock out everybody who stands in front of me. That question. Hey, what is that kind of question? I'm gonna knock out everybody who stands in front of me. That question. Yeah, Prohashka impression is really much on point. I'm having a hard time, with British etc., but like European impressions are not that hard to me. Like European impressions are easier for me, but British impressions are hard. They have a specific accent, so not easy. Not easy squeezy, but some impressions are like, yeah, some impressions are pretty much okay. I can't cut to 170 now. I can't cut to 170 now. It was like Belal Muhammad when he was refusing to cut to 170 against Gilbert Burns. Interestingly, he won that fight, believe it or not. He was rejecting to cut to 170. He was rejecting. Then accepted the fight on a short notice, and guess what? He won the fight. And he won dominantly. I love the Belal impression. I can't make weight. I can't make weight. I can't drop to 170. I can't drop to 170. I have no time to drop to 170. What do you think about Ikram getting Costa fight? Extremely unfair towards the rest of 185. Iri got Hayes in his second fight. I see no problem, but to be honest, Dagestani privilege. Exactly. Spot on. Dagestani bias. Dagestani privilege. Dana White is secretly pushing Ikram Aliskerov versus Hamzat Chimaev too. And he thinks that I don't know that. He thinks we are stupid and we don't know that. Well, guess what, Dana? We know what are you pushing. We are not stupid, Dana. So what do you want? You're not going to get tons of pay-per-views from that, Dana. They fought it already once. Khamzat smoked him out. What are you pushing, man? Like, Ikram got a top 5 fight for what? Just for what? For knocking out Phil Hawes? Dagestani bias, Dana. Why are you ruining the sport, man? I mean, come on, you win one fight already fighting a top 5 guy. Why? For what? Because you wanted to counter Francis Ngannou? I mean, really, Dana. This is some kind of a sick joke. The heck are you doing, man? Killing the sport. It's really killing the sport with that type of behavior. I understand bias to some point. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. To some point, I can understand bias, but this, it's obvious. It's obvious. Why are you doing this? Why are you killing the sport? For what? What did we do to you? What did those guys do to you? So I don't get people who kill the sport like that. It's horrible. Alright, fellas. I think I'm gonna take the rest of the night off. I was working today whole day, being on physical therapies. I was writing something, so I'm welcome. Each fighter has its own shortcomings, and we are all about to expose it. Yeah. Tomorrow, I'm airing the UFC event, whole UFC event. I know it's a low-key card. I need to take the rest of the night off. And I'm just saying one thing before I go. Dagestani bias. Think about it. Then I went too far with Ikram Aliskerov versus Paulo Costa. Catch you later, fellas. Might actually make some predictions tomorrow morning. We'll see. We'll see how my energy is. And it's like, catch you. Have a great day, everyone. Night, night.